I spent 10 years accumulating filmmaking gears. Multiple camera bodies, several lenses, steadicams, drones. For content creation, I sold most of it. Here's what I kept and why less is better. I'm Alan. For a decade I filmed weddings. And like most filmmakers I thought, more gear equals more professional. For weddings, some of it was necessary. But when I started creating content at 47, I realized all that gear was slowing me down. So I sold my 2 camera bodies to buy me a better one. I'm using just one lens, a wireless mic and D-filter and a travel tripod. 10 years of filming weddings meant collecting gear. 2 camera bodies, backup for when things fail. 5 lenses, wide, mid, telephoto. Different moments, different glass. Multiple audio setups, wireless systems, shotguns, backup recorders, a drone, gimbal, tripod. Setting up took 20 minutes. Breaking down took another 20. For wedding, it was worth it. But for content creation, I don't need any of this. So I stripped everything back, and here is my entire content creation setup. I sold my 2 camera bodies from Sony to buy this one. This is a Sony FX2. It's a hybrid, photo and video. I can shoot both without switching cameras. It delivers clean, professional results, built for serious work. 1 camera, that's it. But let me clear, this camera is expensive, around 2,000 euros. I didn't start with this. I started with an old camera from a wedding gear. I only bought the FX2 because I sold 2 camera bodies to afford it. You don't need this camera to start content creation. You need a camera that records video. Any camera. I keep it simple. 1 camera, 1 lens, 1 mic. Whether it costs 300 or 3,000 euro. The principle is the same. Keep it minimal. Focus on story, not on gear. 1 lens. Sony 24-105 f4. For weddings I carried several lenses. Mostly prime lenses. Different focal length for different moments. For content, this 1 lens does everything. Wide at 24mm for wider shots. Tight at 105mm for close-ups. I mostly use it around 35-50mm. The zoom gives me flexibility without switching lenses. f4 is enough. I don't need 1.4. Content doesn't need extreme shallow depth of field. 1 lens, less decisions. More consistency. DJI Mic Mini. Wireless. It clips to my shirt. Clear audio. Reliable. Audio matters more than image quality. People will watch okay video if audio is clear. They won't watch great video if audio is bad. Simple, works. I keep 1 variable ND filter. Let me shoot at proper shutter speed in bright light without overexposing. For outer content it's essential. That's it. 1 filter. 1 tripod. Not fancy, not expensive, just stable and light. 90% of my content is locked off shots on this tripod. No gimbal, no slider, no movement gear. Static shots, simple. That's it. Camera, lens and D-filter, mic, tripod. 5 things. Everything else sold or stored. Here's what I learned. Faster setups. Wedding setups took me 20 minutes. Content creation setup 2 minutes. Less gear means I can go from idea to filming instantly. No delays, no excuses. Less decisions. When you have several lenses, you spend time deciding which one. When you have 1, you use it. Less gear forces clarity. More focus on story. This is the most important part. For 10 years, I obsessed over technical quality. Perfect exposure. Perfect focus. That mattered for weddings. For content, story matters more. When I stripped back my gear, I stopped obsessing over settings. I started focusing on what am I saying. Less gear shifted my focus from technical to human. Here's the truth. Your gear is not the problem. Creators with iPhones build massive audiences. Filmmakers with 50,000 euro setups get 50 views. Gear doesn't build the audience. Story does. If you're waiting for better gear, stop. Start with what you have. Master it. Then decide if you need more. But you don't need expensive gear to start. You just need to start. Subscribe for more. 1 video a week. Every Wednesday. Follow me also on Instagram. Thanks for watching.